bracket. So Hierofellow is going to be studying this one very carefully to get an idea of what he's going to be going up against in the next round. Looks like we are underway. We've got gold. And we've got a cursed belt. And of course, we've got a magic key, as we always do. And we have two different sprites. We have jkoper playing as the Link sprite. It's kind of funny. I was mentioning Legend of Zelda before we started the race. And Guelph is playing as the Pac-Man sprite. Very cool.
I saw they peeked at their spells. I believe I saw a Hurt More in there, which could make this a rather quick start, hopefully.
Absolutely. It's a very strong start. And there's a town nearby. Looks like it's Rumulder. Or as some people call it, Rimuldar.
They're going to be off to the races here with Hurt More and early access to keys. They're going to have a lot of options open early for sure, which is nice because they peeked at their stats and their starting strength is about 5. So very, 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 very good resources available to them right now.
Absolutely. Yep, they had enough gold, plenty of money to purchase keys. jkoper is going to check the shops to see what we have in store. With the magic key, we'll also be able to get what is inside this chest here. And behind the chest, we have a death necklace that could come in handy if this is a low-strength, high HP seed. Because what the death necklace does is it decreases your maximum HP by 25%, but in return, you get 10 more attack points. Ooh, a copper sword purchase for jkoper. And a small shield, it looks like. Guelph purchased a dragon scale, or he acquired a dragon scale, and he decided to put it on to add a couple of defensive points. And we're starting off with a magician. Ooh, poltergeist have stop spell, and jkoper cannot run away. Red slime down for Guelph. 5 experience points to get to level 2.
Ooh, metal slime. What you're seeing here too is Guelph is making a beeline straight down.
Look at this! He got an excellent move on a metal slime. Guelph gets 255 experience points. That is 5 level ups. And he's going to get 33 power, 32 speed, 37 HP, 30 magic points, and some new spells, Outside and Repel. Unbelievable start for Guelph.
Wow.
Hurtmore taking down the werewolf, and that's another level up. Already level 7 for Guelph, and 9 more power, 15 speed, 2 HP, and another new spell. We learn 2 more spells, Hurt and Sleep.
So that the zone right around the beginning castle is known as Zone 0, which is going to have a lot of the starting enemies up through Scorpion. So I think one of the main reasons you saw Guelph wander so far away from the castle is he's trying to get out of the starting zone, and you see it's already paying off. Like he found a werewolf and a Wraith Knight, which unfortunately gave him a death, but a Wraith Knight is definitely a great enemy to be facing with that Hurt More spell in your pocket.
jkoper just reached level 4, 5, 5, 6, 18. No new spells for jkoper. Checking for weapons here. Can buy a small shield, and if he wants to, a copper sword as well, but is not going to purchase the copper sword. Ooh, werewolves have DL2 breath. They've got some spicy meatballs. Guelph running into a wolf. Going to use the Hurt More, which lands, and that is a free kill right there. To get to level 8, needs 600 experience points. jkoper raiding the treasury, gets a magic key, dragon scale, so that's where Guelph got the dragon scale. Of course, there is something you can do here in the treasury, the treasure chest glitch. What is that all about, Centroid?
So the way this game works is that it only stores up to 8 open chests in its RAM, and it resets that number to 0 when you go back to the world map. So if you're able to take a death in a sub area, like a dungeon, like the mountain cave, it keeps that number of chests that you open. So once it gets to 8, it doesn't make the chest disappear when you open it. So, you know, as long as you can get to above 8, you're able to activate a chest glitch and just infinitely open whatever chest you're on. But we did not see any gold in the treasury in Tantagel. There might still be an opportunity if we have. Yeah, I guess not. I was gonna say we haven't seen what's in the. Yeah, if we have swamp in the basement here, we might still get a gold grind, but we'll see.
Guelph did purchase a copper sword in Rimeldar, and a scorpion goes down for Guelph. Now running into a ghost, we'll go ahead and take it down. Might as well. It's an easy kill. What do we have?
Koper has found Garen's grave, so three easy chests for him. We'll see if he decides to continue to dive all the way to the bottom.
Oh, man. That Wraith Knight certainly packed a punch, but the hurt more lands, and we'll get the 72 experience points, good enough for level 5.
Wraith Knights give a lot of experience for this point in the game. We see some gold, some gold in the basement, and he has the gold glitch activated now. So he could.
Too bad for jkoper. Metal Slime getting the first action is like, no, I don't want to fight you. Let's run.
So I think all 3 of these chests are gold. So jkoper is printing money as we speak.
Yep. Each time you open up a chest, you get anywhere between 500 and 755 gold pieces. But there is a catch. If you take a game over, you lose half of your gold. And we've only seen Mulder as a town. We're looking for a town that might have a silver shield that would really help these runners.
Yeah, all we saw in Remolder was the magic armor and I want to say the full plate. Full plate, either one would be fine. He might just grab enough for the full plate and be done.
Guelph heading back to Rimeldar. jkoper going to use the hurt spell on the Spectre, lands the attack, gets the 47 experience points, looking to get to 337 for level 7. Based on that amount of gold, looks like it was a full plate grind that jkoper just went on, and he does buy the full plate armor, which is a lot better than a half plate armor. So how many attack points, or not attack points, how many defensive points does that add to their statistics?
I think it's plus 24, if I'm not mistaken. I think half plate's like 16. Well, I mean, and the thing is, full plate and magic armor both give the exact same amount of defense benefit. The magic armor will also, give you regen of 1 hit point every 5 steps, but it also takes, that's an extra 20 or 30 seconds you'd be grinding gold. So I think jkoper is just trying to cut out. He's just trying to shave seconds off. Is why he didn't grind up for that magic armor.
Well, just found a new cave. What do we have?
Guelph's in the mountain cave, and hopefully he can get through this armored knight, which just has a very high amount of agility. Won't let him run, but 2 hurt mores will take it down for him.
Nice, gets the 172 experience points that come with it, and is just 116 points away from level 9. jkoper moves up to level 7, got the new spell, Imagine Drakey running away. Not this one, and Guelph will take the free points. Ooh, jkoper running into a golem, and yeah, they have DL2 breath too. Just 9 more points for Guelph, and he'll have level 9.
I'm not sure that Guelph has checked the basement at Tantagal yet, but this would be a prime opportunity for him to set up a gold grind in this dungeon right here. But yeah, I don't think he's seen what's in the basement yet.
Not yet. And I'll tell you, if he does see a town that has the silver shield before then, and then finds the gold grind, 6, 8, 26 magic points. And there was a new spell. We'll find out what it is later. Unfortunately, this werewolf ambushed him and immediately casts DL2 breath, sending him back to the castle.
The other thing to be aware of is those werewolves can have up to 70 hit points, and I believe Hurt More only does a max of 64. All the enemies in this game have a range, so if its max hit points is 100, it can have anywhere between 100% and 75% of its max hit points when it starts the battle. So you could find a werewolf with like 59 hit points and kill it in one shot, but
Guelph is doing a chest grind right here. I believe there was an herb in here.
Probably one of those was a key. I think the bottom right one was the key.
Yeah, he now has 6 herbs, so yep, that was a good idea there. Stock up on the maximum 6. Yep, and he's doing another grind now on the bottom right chest. Now it looks like Guelph may be checking the basement right now, and he'll discover that a gold grind potential exists. There's jkoper taking that wolf down to get the 40 experience points, and we'll cast Repel. 12 minutes in, and the only town we've seen is Romualdar. jkoper has found the freebie cave, as we like to call it, and inside the chest we have the cursed belt, which really doesn't mean much.
Yeah, we have found 2 cursed belts so far. There's a Sharlock sighting for jkoper, but I believe with the search tiles in Cole, Overworld, and Hawksness, I forget how this works. Yeah, I think there's if each one has an item, then you'll see three cursed belts in the field.
Correct. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Whenever you see a cursed belt, that means you know that the search tiles are in play. That is correct. And I do believe you're right. I want to say it is 3 different areas. So yeah, up to 3 cursed belts. Since we've already seen 2 cursed belts, yeah, that's exactly right. At least 2 of those search tiles are in play. If we see a 3rd cursed belt, that means all 3 are in play. Another stone man for jkoper. He's going to go ahead and sleep. Obviously, we're not strong enough to put it away, so he will run away and continue the exploration, but that's a dead end.
Yeah, that's a subtle move that helps you get up to, I would say, a higher level in this game, is being able to use your status spells like sleep and stop spell to good advantage. Is a bit of subtlety that goes a long way, and that's just a better veteran move by jkoper there.
And Guelph going to do a gold grind right here. And we'll see how high he wants to climb that total, 7,000. And jkoper is sent back to the castle by that stone man. Stopping at 8,000. I wonder if he's going to buy the magic armor. Sharlock right now. He's headed for the shop, and yes, indeed, he will buy the magic armor for 7,700 golds, and now he can do a little bit of heal walking, as you had mentioned earlier, Centroid. Magic Wyvern, and we need a Hurtmore to take it down, and they also have Hurtmore, and I wonder, we're probably not going to find out since a Hurtmore should take down a Star Wyvern. I wonder if they have what we like to call the Bothmore, heal and Hurtmore.
I think that's possible, but yeah, hopefully we don't find out.
Oh, and jkoper not so lucky with the Armor Knight, going to send him back to Tanticle Castle. Guelph going to do some exploration in the hopes of finding some very important pieces of information. Take down the Spectre, and he'll be 132 points away from level 10 already.
We're already finding a fair, decent number of Hurtmore targets on the map. We've seen some Wraith Knights, which do have like a 50% stop spell. I'm sorry, Hurtmore resistance, but they're still worth it with that 72 experience. You know, we've seen a Magic Wyvern, we've seen some Armored Knights hiding out in a cave. So definitely some good opportunities to, you know, try to grind while you're doing a little bit of exploring in this early mid game here.
Guelph now knows the location of Sharlock, runs into a Magician. I'm going to cast Repel again. jkoper up against a Druin Lord, and this will give him level 8. Gets 1, 3, 7, no magic points, no spell. Uh-oh, our first sighting of the Fun Police on Guelph's side, and they have a lot of agility, and Guelph, he's going to be sent back to the castle. jkoper finding the gold and the wings. The wings, when you are outside, will send you back to the castle. Of course, when we get the return spell, that makes the wings obsolete.
Yeah, and in the vanilla game, you get return at, I want to say level 13, but a lot of things are randomized in this game, especially including what level you get your spells. So as you saw, we got Hurtmore at level 1. The world map is also randomized in this game. You know, all the chests, the item locations, the shop inventories, and all the stats, all the enemy locations and their abilities are also randomized.
At last level, 7, 5, 10, 1 for Guelph. We still do not have Healmore yet.
Yeah, and another nice feature of this randomizer is that you are guaranteed to get all spells by level 16. So we're gonna find Healmore sooner or later. Just hopefully sooner.
All right, to get to level 11, we need 2,175 points. This Druin Lord for jkoper, he's going to get him to level 9. Now jkoper and Guelph both have the same exact spell list. Almost 20 minutes in, and we still haven't found any other towns apart from Rimmildar.
Yeah, we're doing quite well on attack with that Hurtmore spell, and decent armor. It's just there's some of these end game enemies just sending our runners back to start. Unfortunately, we saw Red Dragon, and those golems are just walking furnaces, as it were. Just hurt more, and they're just made of a ton of bricks. Droll Magi is another great enemy to be facing at this point in the game. Just takes one hurt more, gives you a decent amount of gold and experience. Unfortunately, sends jkoper back to start, though.
For all we know, that might have been an intentional death warp, considering he selected the dragon scale. And finally, we found another town just 21 minutes in. It's Hawksness.
Yeah, I'm guessing Guelph is going to peek at this enemy here. If it's something good like an Axe Knight, he may be able to kill it on his first try.
Instead, it's a Stone Man, and we saw that jkoper decided to put it to sleep. This is going to be very, very tough. I think Guelph is going to run away. No, he's going to go for the attack. It's a very dicey situation because Stone Man have anywhere between 102 and 135 experience points, and they hit quite hard. Not only that, they are very much resistant to hurt mores. Stone Man remains asleep for Guelph, and it continues to remain asleep, so Guelph getting another sleep. Guelph getting good luck, still sleeping for Guelph. This is amazing here, and takes down the Stone Man. Very nicely done. A great break there for Guelph, and he's going to get Erdrick's sword to really boost his attack power. Unbelievable.
That is such a great pickup, and it is worth noting they do both have hurt more, but that Erdrick sword is going to allow Guelph to kind of save some of his magic points too. And when you get some of those mid-tier enemies, you don't have to destroy them in one shot. You can, maybe swing at them a couple times and save your 5 imp.
Guelph does not get lucky a second time against a metal slime. Got one hit in, but then it decided to run away, so no 255 for him this time. jkoper going up against a Druin Lord. He is 40 points away, and this Druin Lord will get jkoper to level 10, same level as Guelph. Now Guelph actually just got level 11 just a few seconds ago.
I'm guessing he's found the tablet cave based on how he's bonking up and down. I don't think they have Radiant, but he's going to give it a shot in the dark.
Yep, Tablet Cave has no enemies. It does have a free treasure chest. jkoper for the first time running into the Fun Police, and he cannot escape. And he's going to try to go for Stop Spell in case they have anything. It did not work, so either they have no spells or they're usually highly resistant to it. And 24 points is just enough to send jkoper back to the castle. So, Fun Police 2, our runners zip.
Guelph does some nice execution of this dark room and picks up a fighter's ring for his trouble, which is glitched. I'm sorry, I would say it's bugged in the vanilla game, but in the randomizer, putting on the fighter's ring gives you +2 to your attack, and then you can sell the fighter's ring, so you don't have to. The effect is permanent, and you don't have to have it in your inventory after you put it on the first time.
That's what you mean by that glitch, is that when you sell it, you don't lose that bonus to attack power, you keep it.
I don't know if that's intended or not, but I think it's bugged in the original game. Like in the vanilla game, it just does not give you any bonus, if I'm correct.
Oh, I see.
It's kind of like in Final Fantasy 1. I believe some of those spells are bugged so that they don't actually do what they're supposed to do, which may have been fixed in like a Game Boy Advance version or something.
jkoper's taken down one armor knight, and he takes down a second armor knight. So he is catching up to Guelph in the experience department. He's at 1905. Guelph is just a few tiles away from another town here. Just our third one, 25 minutes into the seed. Spectre goes down, and we... Well, a Wraith Knight decides to prolong the suspense. Another Armored Knight goes down for jkoper, only 217 points, and there is the Wraith Knight down. We have found Breckenary. Let's see what we have in the shop. Large shield for 800. That's a nice little upgrade from the small shield. Very good. And jkoper just got up to level 11. Buy some herbs as Guelph.
So the only checks we have left outside of Sharlock would be the search tile in Cole, the 3 chests in the back of Garenham, and the overworld search spot. So we're down to 5, and we don't have stones, we don't have a harp, and we don't have a token. So those have to be coming up rather soon. We also haven't found either trade-in cave, but we don't have anything to trade yet, so that's fine. Question in chat, bottom of grave. That's a good point. I forgot. Yeah, we did not see chests 4 and 5 in the grave, so those 2 are certainly still in play. I forgot. Yeah, it's easy to accidentally mark a grave off in your notes when you check the top 3 chests, but yeah, they check the first 3, but not the rest. Looks like jkoper's going to take a shot at this. Well, he's going to see what's on the search tile before deciding whether to take a shot at this stone.
Yeah, we'll see what jkoper has in mind. He's going to put it to sleep. Will he go for attacks? He's going to try a hurt more, but they are very resistant to it, and he wakes up very quickly, and no more magic points left for jkoper. That was pretty much a Hail Mary, if you ask me there. jkoper's going to have no chance, unfortunately.
I was gonna say this has to be a swamp cave for Guelph. And he has found swamp cave north. Double stone man for our spike tile enemies. Stone man in Hawksness, stone man in swamp cave.
Guelph is considering perhaps rescuing Gwalen because he is attacking the stone man on that spike tile. Guelph taking a shot here. He's only got 24 HP left, but takes down the Stone Man. Very nice. Or no, that's not the Gwalen spike tile. That's Swamp South, isn't it?
They're both the same cave, but I guess he's going to not rescue Gwalen, but yeah, it would probably just wanted to see what the spike tile was to note for later, but it might be worth picking up Gwalen, to be honest, because I don't know, the world map is kind of only gives you one direction to go from the castle, really. Here's three chests in the back of Garenham we're about to pick up on Guelph's side.
Yep, that's exactly where we are, is Garenham. So we still have Cole left. We still have Cantlin left. Based on what we've seen so far, Centroid, I'm guessing we're either going to see the Staff Cave or the Jerk Cave here, one or the other.
Yeah, it has to be one of those.
Staff Cave. We need to find the harp, the silver harp, before we can cash in on the Staff of Rain. And jkoper finds another armored knight and takes it down with the the Hurtmores rather, and now takes the experience lead over Guelph. Uh-oh, and Guelph finding the fun police. And he cannot escape. He'll be sent back to the castle.
Red Dragons always seem to hit you for 30 to 40. Doesn't really matter what your defense is. But yeah, and if he would have had a rescued Gwalen, he definitely would have lost her at that point. If you die while carrying her, she just returns to her spot in the swamp cave.
Yep, so it turns out that it was fine not to rescue Gwalen, but for all we know, unless we have really lousy coordinates, we're probably not going to see either of these runners try to rescue Princess Gwalen.
Yeah, some of these veteran runners have some very, very good strats when it comes to counting. You'll see some advanced runners try to walk up to a body of water and try to like pick up the count after they've walked around. I've never been able to pull that off, but we could see some cool stuff coming up.
jkoper running into a golem and can't escape. Does on the second attempt, though. Use his heal spell to get his HP back. Guelph looks like he's going to be taking care of some unfinished business here. I think there was a couple chests we didn't discover yet.
Yeah, and honestly, this is his highest percentage play at this point. There's 2 chests down here. I guess 1 in coal, and then the overworld spot. So this is...
Ooh, Stones of Sunlight. That's one of the 3 pieces of the puzzle we need to return to the Jerk Cave in order to get the rainbow drop. So a very important pickup there for Guelph.
Yeah, and now we're at that point where we have 3 checks left and 3 key items. So it's looking more and more like the Erdrick's armor might be in Sharlock. It's a high percent chance at this point.
Yeah. Meanwhile, jkoper had a very unfortunate miss on his Hurtmore against an armor knight, and it sent him back to the castle. Guelph picking up 691 gold pieces in the last one. So there's still 2 spells left that we don't have, and one of them is Heal More. Green Dragons now for jkoper. We had seen one earlier on Guelph. He was able to take it down no problem at all with the Hurtmore. And another Hurtmore miss for jkoper. Man, just having very bad luck of late with that Hurtmore spell, but does take down... No, not yet. This attack will take down the Green Dragon right there, and we'll pick up the 135 experience points and level 12. Only 1 power, 2 speed, 3 HP. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. You have an 88% chance of hitting a Green Dragon with a Hurtmore. It's 7 out of 8, basically, so that's some super bad RNG.
Unfortunately, the spell that jkoper got was not Heal More. It was the other one, and I didn't see which one it was, but it's not the one he was looking for. Radiant? Radiant. Yeah, Radiant was the one, because Guelph does not have it. So the next spell that jkoper gets will indeed be Heal More. I'm calling it right now, level 16. Guelph gets a torch, and jkoper gets a run-in with the fun police, and so far can't escape. And again, Red Dragons. Good luck. It's like you driving in a Honda Accord and the Red Dragons are driving in a Lamborghini Murcielago. You have no chance of escaping.
Red Dragon is just being a giant bully. They are not playing around today.
Yeah, not at all. We have not found the jerk cave yet, for those who are wondering. We know where the staff cave is. We do not know where the jerk cave is. We also don't know where Cole and Cantlin are either. Almost 36 minutes in. Yeah, it would have to be. I think when you put the puzzle pieces together, it sounds like, yeah, that the armor's got to be in Charlock because we don't have the harp and we don't have the token.
Yes. So absolutely, you have to. Yeah, the armor has to be in Charlock at this point.
Of course, when we get to Charlock, we'll have a fun little game for the chat to play. Ooh, Demon Knight having stop spell. It does nothing on jkoper. Now, when you have Erdrick's armor, you are fully resistant to stop spell. These two are now very much even. Uh-oh, and there's the fun police again. And Guelph escapes, so somebody finally escaping from a red dragon. Whoa. But here comes a green dragon now for Guelph. Should be a much easier time. The Hurtmore connects. Not enough to take it down. We need one more attack. That ought to do it. Yep.
Yeah, some people also refer to the Armored Knight as part of the fun police as well. It's they hit like a truck and have super high agility as well, but they're a lot more susceptible to hurt more. jkoper gets 2 of them in rapid succession, so grabs about 350 experience points very quickly.
Absolutely. We affectionately call those armored knights the AK-47s. Now reached the 38-minute mark, and those two towns are still MIA. Oh no, Guelph running it. Ooh, but escapes only to find that it was a dead end. Meanwhile, jkoper heading back to Hawk's Nest. Wonder if he's going to give the Stone Man another attempt. $41.25 to get to level 13, and it does look like jkoper's going for it. Let's see if it pays off for him. Put it to sleep. He's going to hope that the Stone Man stays asleep for several turns, much like it happened for Guelph. Trying for the Hurtmore strats. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect. Going to try again. Unfortunately, Stone Man very resistant. 7/16 chance. Connects the third one. Still asleep, but no more magic points left. That's 87. But the Stone Man is still asleep for jkoper, and still asleep for jkoper at 108. 129 is not enough, but one more attack ought to do it for jkoper. And of course, it's an excellent move when he absolutely didn't need it. Go figure. jkoper will get the all-important Erdrick sword.
It looks like he's probably taking a death warp at this point to refill, because we don't really see any. There's not a lot of inns available, other than Remolder, which is super close to the castle anyway.
question in chat. Any towns found aside from Hawksness and Rimeldar? Yes, we have found Breckenary and Garenham, but we have not found Cantlin or Cole yet at the 40-minute mark. And we know that both of them are required because we believe that Erdrick's armor is going to be in Charlock.
Yeah, and Garenham and Breckenary are not. They're reasonably far from the castle. They're not close, but they're not like the farthest away either. But yeah, Cole and Cantlin have got to be a hike from the start. They're either on the second continent somewhere or just tucked away, way far away from the castle.
For all we know, they might be on a third continent that we have no idea about.
That would be amazing.
Guelph runs into a golem, is able to run away. See if jkoper is able to find some other key parts, because again, he has not found Garenham or Breckenary yet.
Correct, yeah. And then I think the flute is in the back of Garenham, which honestly we've seen quite a few golems on the field, so ooh. There's some nice stat pickups.
Yeah, and he's got heal more now. That he got the last spell at level 13.
I am seeing some questions in chat about the locations of key items, so I'll give a quick rundown. Our runners got Hurtmore at level 1. There was also Remolder right next to the castle, giving us very early access to keys. And Erdrick's Sword was in Hawksness, Fairy Flute in Garenham. The Fighter's Ring in the Tablet Cave, Death Necklace was... Oh my goodness, I wrote down the wrong thing. The stones were in the 4th chest in the grave. I think the Death Necklace was in Remolder.
Yes, you are correct.
I wrote down Cole on accident, which is not true.
Not correct. No, that's all right though. Guelph taking down a green dragon, and jkoper is in a cave. I don't know what cave it is. I'm so bad at these caves.
Koper has found the Tablet Cave, so he will pick up his Fighter's Ring in a minute.
Indeed. And this Magic Wyvern will give Guelph level 13 and heal more. The numbers again for the level up. 10 power, 15 speed, 3 HP, and 8 magic points. And of course, heal more. So now, both of these runners have all 10 spells. Looky what we have here. We have the Jerk Cave, and we call it the Jerk Cave because that old man behind him is not a treasure chest like you might think. That is actually a candy dish that has his #1 favorite candy, the Rainbow Drops. And he's not just going to give the Rainbow Drops willy-nilly to these adventurers. You have to have what it takes in order to get one of his Rainbow Drops. You have to have Erdrick's Token, you have to have the Staff of Rain, and of course you have to have the Stones of Sunlight. If you don't have all 3 of them, he's going to kick you out of the cave. That's why we call him the Jerk. By getting the Rainbow Drop, it gains you access into Charlock. And there's Cantlin for Guelph! And Cole next to it!
Yeah, Guelph has just found Minneapolis and St. Paul all in one go.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Those are the Twin Cities. Shout outs to Minnesota.
Or Los Angeles and Anaheim.
That works.
We do see a Silver Heart pickup in Cole, so we're just looking for that token, which we know is going to be on the overworld search spot. Guelph seems to be making a beeline for those coordinates in this, which are given to you by this old man carrying a staff. He's going to have to brave these damage tiles to get there.
Yeah, each of these tiles cost 15 HP without Erdrick's armor. Let's take a look at what the coordinates are. 55 south and 106 east. I know if I was playing, I'd be rescuing Princess Gwaelin right then and there. Those are terrible coordinates. Holy Toledo.
Absolutely. You don't see triple digits very often, but that's a lot.
That is a lot. I've never seen triple digits. Wow. That is crazy.
Seems like 55 South is honestly probably the easy part, because it looks like south is the only way you could go from the castle, and then but then it kind of gets windy from there. So you definitely need. It's definitely would be helpful to rescue the princess in this case, I believe. I don't know how easy this would be to count if you are inclined to do so, and if you're feeling the time pressure. But I don't know. I personally probably wouldn't be able to handle it.
Alright, that is all for Cantlin for Guelph, and so we pretty much know where everything is. We just have to find it now. Just a dead end west of the Twin Cities on Guelph's side. jkoper traveling in the desert, running across a golem. 5625 needed for level 14. jkoper takes down the Demon Knight, picks up the 90 experience points, and it does look like Guelph is... Nope. Yes, he's doing the trick, the outside trick, to send him to the other side. Hey, there's a true Sparkle Bridge right there. It's a double Sparkle Bridge if I've ever seen one. And a green dragon sighting for Guelph. Gonna use the hurt more. Not able to one-shot it. It is a long shot. It's anywhere between 54 and 72 HP, but does get the green dragon down. jkoper still has the experience points lead. Gonna put the Stone Man to sleep and attack it to pick up the important experience points that they've got. 155. Well done there. Ooh, bad luck for Guelph. The Stone Man resisted the sleep spell, and Guelph will go back to start. Meanwhile, jkoper having some more fun with the police here. Gonna try to take it down, it looks like. Which isn't a bad idea since they have 255 experience points to offer. Of course, Centroid, the one concern is, do they or do they not have heal more? Well, we're not going to know because jkoper just took it down for the 255 very important experience points.
Nice. Yeah, and that's a good alternative to trying to run away. If you don't believe you have a shot at running, you might as well just swing at them a few times and...
It looks like Guelph is going to try to do this without the aid of Princess Gwalen. He is taking a shot here.
He must be. He's been... I don't know. It looks like he's been walking in different directions for a while, so... I know he's found everything on the map, so... He must be doing some elaborate counting setup.
Either that, or he might be going back to Garenham to return the harp to pick up the Staff of Rain, then head for the Jerk Cave. Well, actually, can't head for the Jerk Cave until he gets that token. Both runners simultaneous knights, but the excellent move there for jkoper will take down the knight. Guelph, missing on the Hurtmore there, and down to 14 HP. Gonna take another chance here, and gets the Armored Knight this time. And jkoper finally finding Breckenary 50 minutes in. Yeah, this is one of those games where you definitely don't want to be forgetting where things are, considering how gigantic the overworld map is in this game. jkoper does purchase the large shield here in Breckenary.
I'm not sure if a silver shield exists yet. I don't think we've seen any of the shops in Cantland.
No, we saw some of the shops in Cantland, but I didn't see a silver shield, and I don't think we saw the shop in Cole either. Oh, but Guelph, finding a red dragon. Now he's going to take a shot at it. 23. 34, that's 57. They have 80 to 106. That attack is... rolled low. 88 points was enough. Guelph takes down the red dragon. Oh, and back-to-back red dragons, and it is dodging. That is not what you want to see if you're Guelph. And jkoper has rescued Princess Gwalen. Boy, jkoper's playing as Link. I wonder what Princess Zelda would think about this Centroid.
Link's just a good guy all around. He's just doing what's right.
Yeah, that's for sure, but... I've always got to put it on Link every time we see Link rescue Princess Gwalen in this game. And another red dragon down for Guelph, another 255 experience points.
See, yeah, running into these monsters while you're trying to count, it can potentially throw you off. Because then all of a sudden you don't remember what direction you were going after the fight's over, and you may lose your count. Not sure what cave he's in now. Ow.
It does look like that jkoper is grinding to get some extra points before he uses the outside and return spells to return Princess Gwalen. And to take advantage of it while he can, because again, they're good in experience at 155 apiece. There he goes, using the outside and return spell, going to return the princess. And little does jkoper know, this is going to be a great idea because the coordinates are absolutely awful. Look, no, Guelph missed. Search again, missed again. Oh, he is miscounted.
I think one of the strategies is to nail down one of the coordinates, and then approximate the general area so that, like, you just find a line you need to search on, or maybe a small area. So he might be okay if he doesn't take a death to the swamp.
Yeah, but he's down to 19 HP, so he doesn't have many more chances left. Well, he does have herbs, so he'll go ahead and use those.
The coordinates were 55 south and 106 east. Oh my goodness, is the item on the Sparkover Bridge?
Well, that would be cool. That would be cool. We'll see. But Guelph has to get past this Wraith Knight first. Does take it down. Very good. keep checking, but he has still not found it.
Gotta be careful with those HP.
I really wonder what Guelph is thinking at this point. Well, he runs into a magician. Looks like he's going to death warm. I think he's going to go back and rescue the princess. And this move may cost him because I think Guelph thought he could handle doing the coordinates by himself, but this may end up being his undoing.
Yeah, and it might have been he was on the right X coordinate, maybe just on the other side of that body of water or something. But yeah, the thing about counting is you gotta execute it. Yeah, otherwise you're taking a time loss.
Was he trying again? Ooh, golems have DL2 breath, and jkoper escapes by the skin of his teeth with 7 HP. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm not sure if jkoper has found Garenham yet. Well, I think he has. I can't remember.
I don't think he's found Garenham yet. He hasn't found the Twin Cities either. Yeah, Guelph is doing it again. He is going to try to count it out without the aid of the GPS, which stands for the Guelph Positioning System.
Another kind of helpful hint here is that repel lasts 128 steps. So obviously you want to keep repel up because you want to keep your encounters down. But I'm not sure if anyone takes that into account when they're walking off these steps as well. But could give you at least a total of how many steps you've taken.
jkoper still has to find the important landmarks. Another level up, it's 1262. So nothing right on level 15 for Guelph. Excuse me.
Again, just to remind us, we're looking. The item we're missing is the Erdrick's token. That is the only item that we have not found yet. jkoper still needs to find the stones, which are the 4th chest in the grave, and the silver harp. But we have seen that, so we do know where that is. Yeah, Guelph looks like he might be trying to pick up Gwaelin at this point.
And to me, it makes the most sense. I mean, I applaud him for his courage trying to count it out. I mean, as someone who is big in math and numbers and all that jazz, but those kind of coordinates, yeah, you gotta rescue Princess Gwaelin. I mean, especially if you're in a continent where there is where it's, you know, it's not continuous. I mean, if you've got a lot of water or mountains that are in your way, yeah, you gotta rescue the princess.
Yeah, and it's kind of difficult for me to remember the full shape of this map because I'm doing a lot of back and forth between the two screens. But it seems to me like it snakes a bit, like it goes all the way south and then back up north, and then so that makes it kind of difficult to, you know, remember what number you're on.
And I'm sure Mrs. Pac-Man will have a few words with Pac when she finds out about Princess Gwaelin.
I do like this palette swap. Everyone seems to be, everyone's all the sprites seem to be yellow or something in the castle.
Yeah, I agree. It's great. Still need to get to 7,500 experience points for level 15 as Guelph has returned to Remolder.
Yeah, another point to bring up if you joined us recently is that we do have one spot left on the overworld. You know, not in Sharlock, with that being the token, which means that Erdrick's armor will be in Sharlock somewhere. There are 7 chests in Sharlock to pick from, with, you know, 6 in the bottom basement and 1 in the vanilla sword location. But it's going to be interesting to see what these runners do, whether they decide to, you know, collect their items and then make a dive for the armor before doing the grind, or, you know, I think it's a little risky to try to do the dive for the armor and dive for game all in the same dive, but it's really, I don't know, it's really going to depend on the stats. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what order they decide to finish off the seed in.
Now, while you were talking about that, Centauri, we did discover that armor knights do have weak breath, which is actually doing less damage than their attacks, so...
Yeah, so that's not terrible. But other than that, there are quite a few enemies, it seems like, that have some type of nasty, either high attack or the Dragon Lord breath on the world map. It's just been just quite a few unfortunate deaths for our runners, unfortunately.
It looks like jkoper has finally found Garenham.
Yeah, so he will pick up his fairy flute and be much safer from those golems, and he will at least have the knowledge of where the harp trade-in spot is. Okay, let's see what coordinates, 60 and 103, so he's like 8 tiles away.
Oh, he wasn't even close the first time around then. It was on a mountain town. No, he was just missing it. And he finally has found Erdrick's token. It was right there all along. jkoper discovers the staff cave. Guelph still needs to get back into Garenham to return the harp to get the staff, and then at that point, he will be in grind and go mode. Now, how many points do we need to go into Sharlock? Well, that depends. We want to have a good amount of attack power, because the formula against the Dragon Lord is your attack points minus 100 divided by 2 is your maximum damage you can deal to the Dragon Lord. For instance, if you had 130 attack power, cut the 1 off and divide the 30 by 2, that means you can deal a maximum of 15 HP. If you divide the 30 again, you get, or if you divide the 15 again, you get 7.5. We round it down, so the minimum damage you can do is 7, and jkoper has found the Twin Cities.
Yeah, and he'll pick up his harp here and be able to trade that in for the Staff of Rain.
Looks like we're never going to be able to find out what was in coal because jkoper is gone.
Yeah, and these runners have not taken very much time to peek at their stats for us, which is understandable because it does eat up a little bit of time. But you know, so I'm not sure exactly what defense level they have. Not sure if they're interested in spending the time to go find a silver shield, but we'll have to take a look later. But yeah, the Dragon Lord 2 has 150 to 165 hit points. So once you figure out what your damage range is, I guess you need to figure out how many rounds you're going to last in the fight and see, you know, if you're able to even make it into that damage range. And now jkoper has the knowledge of where where that Erdrick's token is, and it is far away from the castle. He already does have his Gwaelin's Love, so he will be able to find it quite easily.
Meanwhile, Guelph is going to cash in his silver harp, get the Staff of Rain, then he can go back to the Jerk Cave and pick up the Rainbow Drop, and he'll be in grind and go mode. So I'm telling you right now, Centroid 41, this is a close race.
It definitely is. Just close on experience, close on equipment, you know, close on key items, and there's 2 grind spots to pick from, and they're the same. So, I think decision making in the final dungeon might have something to do with it, and or RNG, you know, might unfortunately just play into it. I haven't seen what their agility is either, so that's another choice you need to make when you're thinking about diving into the final dungeon. The higher your agility is, the easier it is to, in theory, run from, you know, monsters. And higher agility gives you higher defense, which allows you to defense break certain enemies. If your defense is higher than the monster's strength, you can actually cast Repel, which a more recent addition to the randomizer. Oh, there we go. 117 power and 77 defense for Guelph.
Yeah, that's not really enough attack power. And the HP in this seed has been awfully low. I think Death Necklace is off the table.
It probably is, yeah.
Because you want to have a minimum of 97 HP going into the Dragon Lord fight so that you can survive 2 max DL2 breaths once you have Erdrick's armor. Obviously, you'd like to have more HP than that as a buffer in case your defense is low, because sometimes DL2, their attacks can deal in the low 50s.
Correct, yes. And with 77 defense, he's going to deal... Yeah, he's going to deal 51, I believe, at max.
Ooh.
But yeah, some recent changes to the randomizer in the last couple iterations of the new beta version. One, armor, you know, Erdrick's armor used to only be allowed to be on a search tile, but we're now seeing it allowed to be in chests, which is what has happened in the seed. Also, Repel works in dungeons now, something that was not happening in earlier versions of the randomizer. And also something we haven't seen in this seed is that you are able to use torches and fairy waters as offensive weapons. So a newer strat is runners will load up on fairy water when they're getting ready to dive Charlock, because torches will deal 6 to 9 damage to any enemy. I'm sorry, and fairy waters act like do hurt range, which is 9 to 16.
Yes, you are absolutely correct on both of them, but maybe I'm wrong about this, but I don't think we've seen any fairy water.
No, but yeah, we haven't seen any fairy water in chests, but the nice thing is that, well, I don't think Breckenary or Caitlin are very close to Charlock, so they're going to have to stock up while they're out doing their business. And Guelph has already finished his homework. jkoper is still kind of, well, jkoper just picks up his Erdrick's token, so he's about done outside of, diving into the grave for chest number 4 to pick up his Stones of Sunlight. But, well, and now that he's back at the castle, the fairy water sources are pretty far away at this point.
Yeah, agreed. Guelph takes down the snowman. That is going to be level 15. Let's see what kind of statistics we get. 4 power, only 1 speed, and 8 HP, 0 magic points. It kind of makes you wonder what level is going to do it before we see a Charlock dive. I got a feeling it's not going to be anytime soon. I'm going to take a shot and say at least level 18. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's possible, given our hit points are rather low, and I haven't seen our max MP either, which definitely we want to see that get in the 90s or 100s if possible. 117 attack power is low, but it's close. Once it gets in the high 120s, we'll be in better shape.
76 MP, that means you only have enough for 9 heal mores, which have 8 magic points that you got to spend to use it.
Yeah, so that's definitely not enough. So yeah, 18 is definitely on the table at this point.
Yeah, and for all we know, it could be higher than 18. We keep getting weak level ups like this. We could be here until level 30. For those of you who don't know, level 30 is where the game caps off at 49,151 experience points. Such a peculiar number, isn't it, Centroid?
Yeah. Well, in the base game, it was one of the base 2 numbers. It was 65,000, whatever that number is.
Probably 535.
Yeah, 65,535. Nice feature of the randomizer is that we shorten the experience curve. So instead of 7 points to get to the first level, it takes 5, using what we call fast experience. Otherwise, we'd be here for about 4 hours.
Yeah, and I know some of us don't have 4 hours to give at this point. And there's the Stones of Sunlight pickup for jkoper. So right now, he just has to find the Jerk Cave. I don't know if he has found the Jerk Cave yet, but if he has found it, he too is going to be in grind and go mode.
Yeah, and as somebody pointed out in chat, though, he hasn't seen the bottom of the grave, so he's going down there to check to see the armors down there, which we know it is not. I think it's like a torch or an herb or something.
Yeah.
No, or I think it was gold. It was worthless at this point in the game.
And it looks like Guelph is going to continue to do his grind right here next to Breckenary, which, again, great idea, considering not much power, not much defense, not much magic points, not much anything.
Yeah, next level for Guelph will be 9750.
Correct, that'll be level 16 for Guelph. jkoper currently at level 14. We'll get a look in just a moment to see how close he is to level 15 himself. He's at 7481. This will do it. This will get him level 15. He's not going to like the numbers he's going to see.
This stone man is not what we would call an optimal grind spot, but really there's really nothing better in this seed. Obviously what you want to see is an axe knight that you can hurt more over and over and over and over again. But even this stone man that takes a sleep spell and a bunch of swings, this is definitely better than wandering around the overworld at this point. So this is definitely the correct call.
Yeah, because Axe Knights have 51 to 67 HP, so one hurt more almost certainly will take it down. They give 130 experience points and only have a 1 in 16 chance of resisting a hurt more spell. Oh, here comes that fun police again. Now jkoper will be more ready to take him down. That's 48. I have to use a hurt more, or heal more, excuse me, to get the HP back.
Yeah, thankfully he's got better defense and better spell loadout at this point.
jkoper not going to take any chances. That's 85, but the next attack could be a dodge. It is not a dodge. That will be enough at 115. There's 255 points. Guelph, meanwhile, about 600 points away from getting up to level 16. Right now, at this point, for both these runners, it's grind and go mode. They have everything they need to go into Sharlock, but their stats are too weak at this point.
Yeah, and as you said, we're gonna need to pick up 1, 2, possibly 3 levels. Hopefully not much more than that, because it gets tedious when you start grinding for 20 minutes. But yeah, Guelph is basically settled in for a while. The only change we might see is if he decides he wants to go dive into Sharlock to pick up the armor, but he really doesn't need it. The Stone Man's not that dangerous. It's just time consuming.
Yeah, right now, Guelph is clearly in the lead at this point because, again, jkoper does not have the rainbow drop just yet. Once he gets it, then he'll be in grind and go mode himself. I think it could come down to a decision if, Guelph does a Sharlock grind later than jkoper does. Again, you never know what's going to happen in situations like this. I mean, if we get a nice HP boost somewhere, Death Necklace could be in play. You never know. But, again, I don't see it.
Yeah, probably not at this point. I think they're at, 97 hit points as it is?
Yeah, they're right at 97 HP, and jkoper going to cash in his treasures, going to get that rainbow drop. So, right now, it's relatively close between the two, but Guelph definitely is in the lead in terms of the experience points, because he's got 9,626. jkoper doesn't have quite that many. 8260.
Guelph's just going to rest up and head right back downstairs, it seems.
Well, the strategy has worked for him so far. If jkoper somehow finds a more efficient enemy to grind on, perhaps he could turn this around. But as you had mentioned, Centroid, that really hasn't been the case tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think in chat people have mentioned a possibility of, maybe there's a nice area with a lot of hurt moreable enemies, but that's it would have to be the nice thing about the spike tile is that you can get into a battle every other step, so to counteract that, let's look at his stats now. 93 agility is nice. Ooh, he's thinking about it. Probably not good enough. 134 attack. That's decent, but you need more magic points.
Yeah, with 134, you can deal up to 17 HP of damage, but the attacks could be as low as 8. So yeah, I think if he gets a lot of magic points on this next level, he may make the dive at 17.
What was the max MP? I don't think I got to see that.
I didn't get to see it either. Wasn't it in the 80s?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, if it was in the 80s, 90s, well, maybe it wasn't in the 90s. I mean, if it was in the 90s, I mean, yeah, Guelph might be thinking one more level up. Now, jkoper is going to go to Sharlock, or at least activate it, and he may be going for the armor.
Yeah, he's possibly, yeah, oh yeah, he's definitely going for the armor then.
All right, so people in chat predict where you think the armor is in. Do you think the armor is in at the judges table, or do you think it's behind the pyramid? And if you think it's behind the pyramid, which box is it under? It's 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. And of course, if you're a fan of game shows, think of the original $25,000 or $100,000 pyramid game show. The layout of those 6 boxes is the same as the layout that you have to consider when making your choice.
We have several $200 chests and several $250 so far in chat. I always like to go with the 300 just because why not? It's it's the worst case scenario.
I'm going to be cheap, Centroid. It's going to be behind the $50 chest.
See, one change McGrew's made to this randomizer recently is that there is a fairy water shop in Brecconary that requires a key to get into, but that is now open permanently. So you can just walk right in and buy fairy waters without having to have a key. At this point, the runners have as many keys as they need, but it is available to you from the beginning of the game. Yeah, and I did see we have about 80 magic points max for Guelph, so you know if that's 10 heal mores, with a 8 to 17 range, you're probably not going to get it done.
No. Unless you somehow get doubles, and with the defense, I don't think that's going to happen. And oh, jkoper, that was all for him. He only had 2 magic points left, so that ended up being a death warp. But yeah, he's had a lot of misses, unfortunate misses with the hurt mores. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's a 1 in 16 chance, a 1 in 16 chance that they're going to resist. And I don't know if anybody's been keeping track in chat, but jkoper's had a lot of misses. Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, this game sometimes likes to ignore the percentages. I don't know. It's a hard game. Game's impossible.
Now, Guelph is going in at level 16 now. He might be doing the same thing that jkoper's doing, and that he might be going to dive for the armor, which unfortunately didn't pan out for jkoper. Unfortunately, remember, these golems have DL2 breath, and yeah, those are still a thing. And if we see a lot of those in Sharlock, it's going to be a fun dive. jkoper going back into Sharlock. Oh, and jkoper getting cornered by a golem, can't run away, and does just enough damage with the DL2 to send jkoper back again. So I think at this point, this could be a battle of attrition for both.
Yeah, and you probably have to be tempted to grind on the way down as well, but you also want to save some MP for heal mores, because there's some danger. Well, the enemies are very dangerous without the Erdrick's armor, and you're seeing right now how hard it is.
Guelph got lucky there on the barrier tile. I mean, you're losing 15 HP anyways, but he runs into a golem. Again, they have DL2 breath, even when he was able to escape. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, while you're on the barrier tiles, you really need to keep your HP in mind because you're losing 15 each step. But you're seeing right there how hard it is to even get into the basement without the armor. It takes, you have to burn at least one heal more just to make it into the first basement.
Now, with jkoper already taking a couple of deaths in Charlock, looks like he's going to go ahead and try it again.
Yeah, I think I don't see a problem with this. I think he's just getting unlucky here. I think his agility is decently high enough to make this call. Yeah, he's just running into too many monsters that don't want to let him by.
And meanwhile, Guelph, well, I was going to say, until he got to that staircase, was having really good encounter lock, but this Axe Knight should be no problem at all. Level 17 is at 12,000 HP, and this Axe Knight will definitely get him closer. He's now just 755 away.
Yeah, and maybe he decides to pick off some of the weaker enemies. Like, I don't know what spells the wizard has, but wizard might be an easy target. You know, theoretically, a green dragon and a star wyvern could be easy targets. We know that werewolf has some DL2 breath, so that's a no thank you.
Ooh, the first time we've seen blue dragons, and gets ambushed and is able to run away.
Guelph is going straight to the judges table.
Well, it's a 50-50 chance if you want to look at it this way, Centroid. Either it's got it or it doesn't.
Yeah, basically. It's either upstairs or downstairs.
It was fairy water, so it is behind the pyramid in the basement where the Dragon Lord awaits. So anybody who guessed the dollar amounts from the pyramid, your guesses are still in play.
Yeah, jkoper's not taking chances with this golem, and I don't blame him. But to be honest, like, this is his third dive, but I think it's still worth diving for armor, continuing to dive at this point.
Guelph has made it to the basement. He's just a few tiles away from getting into that pyramid, and in the moment of truth, there's a star wyvern. Should be no problem at all for Guelph unless the star wyvern knows something that we don't. So with the magic key, we're going to raid the treasury here in Charlock. The 150 chest has a torch, so that's not where it is. The $100 chest has the cursed belt, so there's the third cursed belt, so that's not it. The $50 chest has Erdrick's armor. Hey, I got it right. It was the $50 chest.
Nice call. $50 chest. Some more fairy water.
And behind the $300 chest, it would have been something that would have filled up his inventory, so nothing else.
Couple herbs.
Yeah. So Guelph now has the Erdrick's armor, which means the DL2 breath will now only do 42 to 48 damage, which is still quite a lot, but it is more tolerable than, getting hit for over 70.
Yeah. And he's approaching level 17 as well, which he's got some resources. He might as well try to pick off some of these Axe Knights while he's here. And we may see him wander around and take a peek at that spike tile, which is not there in the vanilla game. This was something that has been added to the randomizer to balance out the fact that Cantillon is randomized so that Golem spot is no longer there. So it was effectively moved into the basement of Charlock.
jkoper has made it to the treasury, and provided that there's no other ambush, yep, he's made it to the $50 chest. He has gotten Erdrick's armor. There's a fairy water. Guelph looks like he's going to check to see what's behind the spike tile just for the heck of it. And plus, he'll be able to get to level 17. This Magic Wyvern will get him close. Next enemy ought to do it. Right, behind the spike tile, we have a blue dragon. And this would get him to level 17 because the blue dragon is worth. And this one is for you. This one is for you, Fern Burgundy. As when we get it taken down, that blue dragon's worth 180. Oh man, 1204. That is a crummy level up. I think 18 might have to be the play. He's looking at his stats. 135, which still, oh my goodness gracious, that's still not good.
Correct. Yeah, he's going to be continuing to grind. The question is he going right back to Swamp Cave or chilling here for a bit?
My guess is he's probably going to try to grind as much as he possibly can before he goes to 0. I don't think he's going to escape. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and grind on the blue dragons until he is whittled to 0, which is a sound play. Blue dragons, you know, we haven't seen anything that leads to believe that they have dangerous things like heal more, hurt more, DL2 breath, or anything like that. And 74 to 98 HP give you 180 experience points.
Yeah, they actually have more experience points than a Stone Man and less HP, so
it's a sound grind. Guelph is down to 2 heal mores now. Excellent move. That really helps. 14,250 is what we need to level 18. And yeah, jkoper will have to make a decision once he gets to level 17. I mean, if he takes the gamble and, you know, he makes it, then he's going to take the victory away from Guelph. He got 2 critical hits in a row to Guelph. Wow. You don't see that very often. Because what is the odds of an excellent move? What is it, 1 in 64? Or is it 1 in 32?
It's 1 in 32. And it's not really influenced by your weapon or your strength. It's just a random, 1 in 32 every time.
Yeah, basically it's brought to you by the letters R and G down to 10 HP. Yep. I usually save that for the Karok boss in Zelda 2 because he teleports every which way but loose. Another blue dragon down for Guelph. And jkoper are going to do the same thing, a blue dragon grind.
Yeah, so basically a double crit back to back is 1 in 1,000, 1 in 1,024. It's, but that's how this game works. Very, very low chance things tend to happen quite often. I don't know if that's like some type of statistical bias or whatever, but you know, it's just the way it is, I guess.
650 points away. Oh, they have stop spell do the blue dragons.
Yeah, and that's not going to affect them, however, with that Erdrick's armor.
That's correct.
Erdrick's armor is known to be, it's kind of one of the most overpowered armors in almost any game, any RPG really. It gives you, 1/3 to, fire and hurt spells. It gives you 0 damage on spike tiles. It renders you immune to stop spell, and it also gives you plus 28 defense.
Oh, bad luck there, but luckily there was a stop spell. That dodge from the blue dragon is up to 70. Next attack should take it down, and it does. Only 110 points away. Probably not going to be able to do it here unless he gets an excellent move. He does not. 35, but does get a stop spell. Still a little hope to get level 18. Another stop spell. Great luck here for Guelph, and that's going to do it. Level 18 on only 18 HP left. Let's take a look at this level. We've got 14 power, 7 speed, 1 hit point, 24 magic points. This is the level.
I'd have to say it is. Yeah, that's probably go. How many magic points did they get?
24.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
That's 3 hurt mores. One takes down another blue dragon with 7 HP left. This luck is ridiculous for Guelph. This will send him back to start. But man, what a grind there from Guelph. And he's going to make one more dive. This will be the official dive to try to take down DL2. And he's in the catbird seat, I would say. Meanwhile, jkoper does level up to level 17. And it is going to be decision time for jkoper. I mean, he doesn't know it, but an excellent moves and a one-shot blue dragon for jkoper. Very good. Let's look at his stats. He's got 81 HP and no more magic points.
But yeah, Guelph is going to have, I think, a free fight here, basically. His agility is very good. He's got 14 heal mores, and he's going to be doing 12 to 24 damage on the Dragon Lord too, so it's going to breeze by. I think there's almost zero chance he can lose the fight as long as he gets there, does not miss menu.
And jkoper out of resources. He'll be sent back to the castle. Guelph, so yeah, the only thing that can stop Guelph is if he has a very unfortunate dive or if he mismenus. I think that's what it's going to boil down to.
But yeah, if he has all of his heal mores and he gets a minimum roll on every single turn, he's still going to kill the dragon.
You are correct about that, Centroid. So yeah, he's in great shape to move on to the round of 16 in the winners bracket. By the way, the round of 16 is known as the Wraith round here in this tournament. Rather than using the repel spell, the fairy water does the exact same thing.
Yeah, and trying to conserve magic points. I believe he has two magic points he can burn without losing a heal more, but I mean, it's just a good thing, a good practice to get into. Don't need the fairy waters on the Dragon Lord, with the attack being so high. That fairy water strategy just goes out the window at this point.
Guelph able to escape from the dreaded golem. Oh, and jkoper getting ambushed, but luckily didn't use DL2 breath. jkoper going to use the fairy flute, put it to sleep, and then make a breakaway for it.
These golems have been super mean the whole season.
Oh wow, jkoper decided to attack, and he paid the price, a one-turn sleep. Oh, wow. Couldn't run away from the Axe Knight. 2 in a row. Whoa, what is going on here? Uh-oh, and there's the DL2 breath. Guelph has no choice but to use a heal more, and this is what we were talking about. This is the kind of thing that could set Guelph back a little bit.
Yeah, if he just gets a couple more unlucky, encounters with golems, it could set him back, but he's still definitely in great shape. But RNG does play a big factor in this dungeon for sure.
All right, Guelph has made it to the basement. Yeah, people pointing out in the chat that he should have just used the flute from the get-go, not use one of his valuable heal mores. I mean, he still has 12 left, but every resource point can count here.
Yeah, and it's possible he could get an extra turn as well. It depends on there's a lot of different ways to count to figure out what your damage range on the Dragon Lord 2 is, but if you get back attacked on your first turn, then you have exactly the same number of heal mores. But if you don't get back attacked on the first turn, then you have an extra turn. in addition, so some people like to count +1 to the number of heal mores they have, and it just depends on people's comfort level. Yeah, but he's closing in on this blue dragon. Should make pretty quick work of it.
Not so fast, my friend. A stone man guarding the blue dragon was able to escape, and then the blue dragon decides to ambush Guelph. Oh, but getting an excellent move, and one shot is not enough. It did 80 HP. Blue dragons have 74 to 98. Another! Oh! Yeah, I hate to see those. An excellent move dodge.
Yeah, that's always heartbreaking.
Alright, Guelph now has made it to the Dragon Lord. And Guelph is going to be looking for nothing but stop spells. That's what he wants to see from the first form of the Dragon Lord. Starting off with 40. It's an attack. Does only 15 damage. And two-shotting the Dragon Lord. Alright, let's see if Guelph gets the first strike. He does get the first strike. Yeah, he's a big favorite. Starting off with 21. Alright, 17. That's 38 now for Guelph. That's 52. And anywhere between 150 and 165 points required to take down DL2. Rolled 22 on that one. Yeah, Guelph is in total command now. He's getting some very good rolls. There's a 20. Man, he's as long as he doesn't miss many, Guelph is going to be moving on to the Wraith round. And another 22, man. Some big rolls here. Gwendolyn making the rolls here for Erdrick for sure. Getting some nice hits on the Dragon Lord. Another 19. Looking really, really good. There's another one for 22, and that's the final blow. That is going to do it. Get your GGs out for Guelph. He is moving on to the winners round of 16, the Wraith round, and he will be facing off against Hierofelos.
Yeah, GG to Guelph. He is going to have a little bit of time here with Gwendolyn coming out to say hi. And then that'll be it. Jkoper is very close behind. He's on level 18, and he's probably ready to make his first dive, or I mean, his decisive dive for game. Just one dive behind at this point.
I think the big factor was that Guelph's exploration led him to victory. I mean, it was back and forth in the experience points department, but once Guelph found everything, he did his grind on the Stone Man. And then he did some grinding in Charlock and the Blue Dragons. He got some really lucky rolls on the Blue Dragon. When he was low on HP, decided to keep using Stop Spell. Then he got an excellent move on one to give him a few extra points there. So, yeah, Guelph, he played a really, really good game tonight, that's for sure. Yeah, Jkoper peeking at his stats, but
he is definitely in great shape on his way to the Dragon Lord fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's got plenty of stats. You saw how quick the Dragon Lord went down on Guelph's side. He had plenty to spare.
Yeah, sometimes you need to stare at your stats for a few seconds to kind of do the math, but 149 attack power is a pretty clear indication. I can't talk.
Now, I don't know if we're going to have time for interviews or not, because coming up in 10 minutes right here on Speed Gaming is going to be the weekly Zelda randomizer race with the GDQ light flags. And we have Jiggly Saint and Mr. Cab on the call for that tilt. So stick around for some more exciting randomizer action here on Speed Gaming. As long as things don't go awry for jkoper, we can go straight away to the Zelda randomizer upon the conclusion of this match. Zarnix42 pointing out in chat, yes, he did have some rough luck. He had a lot of Hurtmores miss on those armored knights and a few other enemies as well. But yes, his exploration just wasn't up to snuff like Guelph's was. And I think those were the two deciding factors in that race. And then, of course, Guelph got off to that really hot start. If you may recall, he found a metal slime, and he got the first 5 level ups just bingo bango bongo because he got an excellent move. So yeah, I mean, yes, the exploration played part of the role, but luck definitely played another part of the role as well.
For sure, yeah. And it did seem like there was just quite a few nasty monsters a couple screens away from the castle.
So after jkoper takes down the Dragon Lord and Princess Gwalen comes to Link to send them on their way for another journey, we will send it off to, well, more Link, because we're going to be doing the Zelda Randomizer weekly. So if you couldn't get enough Link here in this Dragon Warrior Randomizer race, you're going to see plenty more of him in a few minutes. All right, jkoper has made it to the Dragon Lord fight. Hoyt gets ambushed and is attacked with a Hurtmore. Very unfortunate there. And another Hurtmore. So the luck is continuing to not favor jkoper. And there goes the first form. Still has 52 HP. That's why he went ahead with the attack. And wouldn't you know it, he gets ambushed. No first strike. Wow.
Ouch.
When it rains, it pours, Centroid.
Yeah, a couple Hurtmores in a row. The Dragon Lord one has just a couple attacks, either a weak physical attack, a Hurtmore, or a stop spell. Stop spell is what you want to see. I think jkoper is still in pretty good shape here,
and
considering
the minimum. That's 33. I mean, he's still in really good shape, but there's a 22 that takes him to 55.
Yeah, I think he's fine, but Plenty of MP left, and
there's 15. That's 70 now. Again, it's between 150 and 165. Another minimum. Can you believe this? 82. There were no minimums when Guelph had this fight. He kept getting high numbers time and time again.
There's
the max. 106. More. Now he's getting some good rolls. 126.
20 is good. Again, he does have a damage range again of 12 to 24. So anything in the upper teens or 20s is great here.
This next attack could do it. 143. He has to heal more because this next one is not guaranteed. 14 is enough. 157, and get your GGs out for jkoper. A very valiant effort this evening, but it's going to be a little bit short. It's going to be Guelph35 moving on to the Wraith round. And once we see Princess Gwaelin come to the aid of Link, again, I don't know what Princess Zelda is going to think about this, but once we have that, we're going to send it off to the Zelda Randomizer team. They're going to be set up for this week's C1R Weekly here on Speed Gaming with the GDQ light flags. Again, please make sure you give both of our runners, jkoper and Guelph35, a follow, as well as my commentary partner, Centroid41. It's great working with you this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. Definitely great. Good time having a commentary with you. I look forward to doing it again. And good luck to both these runners and the rest of the tournament. And I hope that the Z1 race is just as exciting.
For everybody here on Speed Gaming, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Coming up is the Zelda 1 Randomizer Weekly Race. We're going to have Jiggly Saint and Mr. Cab on the call for that one, so stay tuned. We will be right back.